Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with my review of the Spider-Man Legends Far From Home series Hydro Man figure. Let's get a good look at him here in the packaging. I will say, when we first got a look at Hydro Man in the packaging at Comic-Con, I assumed he would be the Build-A-Figure. But no, it's Molten Man, and Hydro Man comes with the head of Molten Man. As you can see here, the other characters in this wave. Again, if you haven't seen my other reviews, I'm doing most of the comic ones. Probably going to skip the movie figures this time. But as read-up says, knocked into the ocean by Spider-Man during the testing of an experimental generator, Morris Bench gains the ability to transform his entire body into water. So that being said, a very nice looking figure here in the packaging. Let's open him up. And here we have Hydro Man out of packaging. And I've got him in a pretty nice pose here. Real quick, the head of Molten Man is neat. At the time of making this, I haven't really seen the movie, so I can't really say how accurate it is. So, getting on to the figure himself, he's really nice looking, but I'm definitely a little disappointed in how his articulation came out. You can see the little water cuffs on his boots there are his only accessories. These come on and off just fine. You can see there's a little sculpted place on either one for the boot. I do like how they painted them, how it kind of swirls between a clear plastic to a very light blue and a little blue shading on there. That's a very nice effect. And it helps keep him balanced, almost as like a kind of makeshift base, since his arms do make him kind of heavy. But he can stand without him just fine, as you see here. So they did the same effects, kind of a translucent plastic with a lot of nice blue shading on his arms for the water effects. And that's great. I will say though, since we might as well talk about articulation now, his arms have an elbow joint, but that's pretty much the full range of movement. They're pretty much always going to be sticking straight out. Same on both. This one's just exact same. And that's a little bit unfortunate, but at the same time, they did a really great job on the sculpt and the effects, and at the end of the day, he's going to be posed on a shelf. So I can't complain too much. As far as the rest of his articulation, his head goes up and down, full 360. Arms go out to here, bend, full 360. We already talked about the articulation there. The wrists, surprisingly enough, still have a hinge for as big as they are, and full 360. Same on both arms over here. Very nice ab crunch. I really like the detail on the shirt. Somebody told me this was the Luke Cage body from Netflix, but I don't have that figure, so I can't compare. Legs go very far forward, back a little bit, spin at the quadricep, double jointed knee, and have a very nice ankle joint and ankle pivot. So let's get him back with his water effects clipped on here. I actually have always dug Hydro Man as a villain, and he's one of those figures that they always seem to have a hard time getting into a toy line. Toy Biz did one where essentially his whole gimmick was he squirted water and you could remove his lower torso and put like a plume of water on there so that it looked like he was just, coming out of the plume. It never really looked great. You can still pick that figure up for relatively cheap. This, however, while I am definitely disappointed in the level of articulation he got, I do still really dig the figure at the end of the day. We've got Hydro Man to go on our shelves. I love the little water cuffs, but maybe in the same vein that they did Sandman. Like I said, I thought this guy was going to be a Build-A-Figure the first time I saw him. They could have given us some alternate hands, maybe some different arms, some weapons, something like that. But I still do recommend picking this guy up. The Legends wave at the time of making this video for Homecoming is hitting very sparsely. So, check your Walgreens, check your Walmarts, your Targets, see what they've got. Because even though I am let down by his articulation, I still do recommend picking him up. And that being said, this is JTrain997, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.